Now then, carpers, I'm back. Been a bit of a delay in the videos, hasn't there? So apologise about that, but it's been a bit warm, so I'm not one of these that favours sitting in the baking hot sun as I'm sat here investing, that, you know what I mean, because it is still pretty warm today. But yeah, where are we up to? Doing a night on that water that I joined. This is the first night I've ever done on here. Not mega hopeful, because like I say, the conditions are not brilliant. The air pressure's quite high, bit of an easterly wind, temperatures at like 25, 26, but it's give it dropping down to about 12 tonight, so I thought I'll give it a go, you know what I mean? You ain't going to catch them at home, are you? As I always say, so. But yeah, that's where we're up to, carpers. Only a quick overnight. I was going to do two, but it's just too warm. If the conditions were better and we had a bit of rain or a bit of low air pressure, then yeah, be on it. But it's more trying to figure out now whether they show in the morning, whether they show in the dark. Try and work out them bite times, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know how good this video is going to be, but I thought I'd do you another little video, you know what I mean. Keep them coming. Got two rods. I'm not fishing the same spot this time either. I'm fishing two separate spots towards the trees on the far bank, which you would have seen in the clip previous. You only fish from one bank on here across to the far bank. Excuse the train. Yeah, so yeah, you fish across to the far bank on here. Switch hands. Ooh, that's not very good. Yeah, you fish across to the far bank on here, so I've gone with two separate spots, helicopter setups. One's on a Ronnie, well, spinner, with a little pink pop-up, and one's on a dumbbell, tipped off with a little bit of a yellow pop-up, just for that visual. If I pan round now, I'll show you. That's the swim. And that's what we're giving them, carpers. That's the sweet one. Boilie pellet with some oils. That's the fishy one. Boilie pellet. Some crushed boilie in that one as well. So, but that's my view. How about that for a view? Can't beat that, can you, really? Absolutely stunning. So yeah, we'll see what we got on this video. Try and show you a few bits if I can, but like I say, I'm still working the lake out at the minute. So I'll get back to you soon if anything happens. Take it easy. Now then, carpers, it's the morning after, because Noddy here did a video last night and forgot to press play, or press record, so I didn't get any footage for you last night, but you didn't miss much. Quiet night. I actually had a bream, probably £5–6, maybe bigger. It was a bit of a donkey. Thought I'd cracked it really when I had that bream, because after I put the rod back out, I was getting liner after liner after liner. But this place is mega silty, and I mean mega silty. It's looking like I'm going to have to drop down to like maybe an ounce and a half leads, just to try and present. Excuse me, I'm just having a bit of my brew. But yeah, like I say, I missed a bit of footage for you last night, but like I say, it wasn't going to be a mega long video or out like that. It's probably just going to be a bit short, with a little short clip, really. I figure what else to tell you. Dropped down cold last night, considering it's blazing hot in the daytime. It went a bit chilly last night. And I heard a couple of fish show, so it sounds like they do show in the dark on here. They don't show in the daytime at all. But I got talking to one of the other lads yesterday, and he reckons there's only about 30 carp in here. So that's probably why we're going to be up against it. There's probably 12 originals and a couple of stockies. So, but yeah, no carp to report for you carpers, unfortunately. But you know, I wasn't mega, like, what's the word, mega confident with the air pressure and the wind and the heat that we've got at the moment and what have you. So I'll spin round now, let you have a little look at the lake. Look at that, carpers. What more can you ask for than a tree line like that? Well, that's a far bank over there, but obviously them trees overhang the water and what have you. So, but look at that, is what you're fishing up towards. I've got one in that cove there. If we can zoom in. One tucked under there, which is where the bream come from, and the other rod, I don't know if the camera won't really make it out, but that little darker patch now in the centre of the screen there is another little cove, and that's where I've got one in there. And I was getting liners off both rods last night, but I've just brought in the left hand rod, and yeah, it's been silted up, mega silted up. It was a bright yellow pop-up when it went out, and it come back looking like a sandy browny colour, so not very good. No presentation there. And that's on helicopter setups, you know what I mean, with spinner rigs. Just something simple. I thought I'd just try something like that, because obviously with them being a helicopter, the lead goes in first, the rig follows after. So, well, yeah, not very good carpers. But I'll try and get a little bit more footage for the video, make it a little bit longer, but unfortunately I missed out on that bit last night because like an umpty, I didn't press record. So well, yeah, get back to you soon, carpers. Now then, carpers, still no fish. Ain't no fish in here. No, like I say, it's very low stock. So they reckon there's 12 originals. Finishing stirring me brew, my latte, as you do. Yeah, they reckon there's 12 originals and some stockies. Some of the stockies haven't been seen. They were stocked in 2022. Nothing big. So they are banging weight on, well, 4 or 5 pound, you know what I mean? They've gone up a little bit, so. But the originals, like I say, apparently they're all named as well, so that makes it a little bit more, to me it makes it a little bit more interesting, because I like fishing for named fish, you know what I mean, because you can tick them off one at a time sort of thing. So yeah, but I've just put 2 chods out now. What I've done is I've set the bead like I'd say a good 18 inches up the leader. One on a pink, one on a brown. Flicked them out. I know it's not very good because, like I say, the sun's blaring now. It's getting really warm. Probably missed the boat on this trip now, so. But you know, it is what it is, isn't it? You never know. One might just come past and decide he wants to drop its head a little bit. I'd take one of the stockies now, but like I said, I've had that bream last night, so I know it's not one to count, but it was a bite. I honestly thought it was a carp the way it went. I sat back, so it just heard a single beep, looked up, swinger come up to the buzzer, seen the rod tip like twitch, 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 and I thought, right, we're in. As I just walked out to the rod, swinger just straight to the floor, wound down, winding, connected. I thought, whatever it is, it ain't big. And like I say, it was coming like a dog on a lead, so. But yeah, what else was I going to tell you? He's not done a fish since the end of March. It's the end of May, so it's been like 8, 9, nearly 10 weeks or whatever since it's done a bite, since it's done a carp, this place. But it doesn't see many anglers at all. I spoke to, like I say, a lad on last night, and he said if you see another 6 anglers by Christmas, he said, you've done well. I was like, right. He said it's the same faces all the time. He said there's about 3 or 4 lads that fish it. He said they're the only lads that do fish it. So I thought, right, that's right up my street, that is, you know what I mean? I mean, I've got my other water that I can go to if I want to bend in the rod, but I'm going to work at this one a little bit, because he was showing me some of the pictures, like I say. The big girl, she's done 37.14 is the biggest she's done. It's a common. Then there's a mirror that's done 31. There's another common that's done just over 32. These, like I say, these are the originals. These fish are over 30-year-old. They were stocked, like I say, over 30 years ago at Babbies, you know what I mean? So, but they didn't spawn last year either, which is another. It's one of them places where it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. So, yeah, they didn't spawn last year. He reckoned the year before they didn't spawn. Only a few of them spawned. But they might be spawning when there's nobody here, you know what I mean? Because I know on busy lakes where I've been to, and they're like, oh, they haven't spawned, but there's nobody there first thing in the morning and last thing at night when they do spawn. So nobody really knows if they did spawn. But like I say, it's that common that I'm interested in more than anything. Well, it's the common. There's a common and a ghosty. 30, scraper 30 or just shy of 30, the ghosty. Stunning fish, like, absolutely scale perfect. So, but the big girl's the one I want, but I don't know if I want her yet, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense, but because she's going to be down in weight. Because she was caught in April at 37.12, 2 ounces shy of what she normally was. Then she was caught again in May after she'd spawned, and she was 30, just over 32. So she lost a bit of weight from spawning, like, which they do, don't they? You know what I mean? I mean, pre-spawning, she was probably a 40-pounder with spawning her. But she's, by the sound of it, she's dumped 5 pound of spawn. So she's proper breeder, like, she's had a good spawn there. But like I say, it's not done a fish since May, and it's now August. She does an August, September capture. She does an April to the end of May capture. So she's due out, but I don't think yet. Especially with these conditions. I don't think these are the best conditions at all at the moment. I mean, there's a matchman further up, and even he's struggling to catch the silverfish today because of the way it is, like. And the thing is with this place is it's fed by a river in the corner. So at this time of year, she's probably 4 or 5 acres. In the winter, when the river floods, or if you get a big flood on the river, she can go to 7 or 8 acres because it comes up on the grass bank and everything. So it's one of them. It's a proper natural lake. You know what I mean? It's not man-made. It's a natural lake. So it gets all the elements, if you know what I mean. Like I say, flooding and all that sort of thing. And then, like, now the water's proper down. When I come the other week, the water's, I'd say, 6-7 inches down. So we need some rainfall really for it, but I don't think that'll really put them off, because the far bank, as you've seen on that video there, you're talking 7-8 foot up against that tree line. So if the water's, it's very gradual slope as it runs across, and then it just drops off. So if they're going to be sat anywhere, you'd have thought they'd be sat under them trees, but you never know. We heard 1 or 2 crashing about last night. Maybe I did hear one this morning. You'll probably see on the previous clip the mist. I sat here this morning watching it, and it just looked picturesque, you know what I mean? It looked like one of them times where you really wanted a bite, so you could have had that mist in the background. Oh man, it'd have been stunning. It'd have been stunning. But yeah, carpers, we're struggling, but you know, we're here. So been struggling a little bit with my neck and that recently, so keeps locking up on me all the time, so I'm in a bit of pain. But yeah, we're trying. Keep looking out at the spots, but it's weird because you think with this sun on it like this, you think you'd see them cruising, like backs out of the water, you know what I mean, getting a bit of sun on them. But like I say, 4 or 5 acres of water, and you only got 30 fish, maybe between 30 and 35 fish to go at. You've got some big bream, and I mean big bream, double figure bream. The lad I spoke to yesterday, he said it's done 5 or 6 double figure bream this year already. Like 11, 12, 13 pound bream. So they're going to eat a fair bit of bait once they get onto your bait. But yeah, I don't know, carpers. We'll keep trying. We'll keep plugging at it. But when I had that bream last night, I've been putting, like I showed you, the pellet and the boilie out. I think I'm going to drop the pellet completely. And I'm going to up the size of boilie now. I'm going to go over to 18s and 20s and just fish 18 and 20 straight through, like. But yeah, I'll stop waffling. Get my old vanilla latte on the go. Chill out for a little bit, because like I say, it's getting a bit warm now. And I'm dreading to pack up in the sun. As you can see, I'm sat in my vest. So, we'll see what happens. I'll get back to you soon anyway, carpers. Tight lines if you're out there. Now then, carpers, pack up time. Sweating man, sweating me nuts off. As you can see, it is mega hot. The numpty head here is in a black vest and black shorts with a new tattoo on my leg, which is killing. So thought I'd just do this little end piece. So yeah, tight lines if you're out there. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe to my videos. It'd be much appreciated. Follow me on TikTok, mentalcarper1, because I lost my original account. And you'll see me again soon, no doubt. Hopefully next weekend, bank holiday weekend. Let's hope this sun's disappeared and the rain and the clouds come in. Take it easy, carpers. See you soon.